Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Yes, he was there for the longest day.
It was all bloody. Just bloody.
We'll hear his recollections.
Carjacked, kidnapped, and as you can see, choked. A terrifying ordeal for a woman who showed up to work early but found trouble was waiting. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 6. In this case, the victim was fortunate to survive her attack.
Taylor police were able to find who they believe did it, and wait until you hear what he was doing as they closed in. As our Sean Lay reports, the whole thing started in the parking lot of a Bed Bath & Beyond.
The victim had just arrived to work here at Bed Bath & Beyond off Eureka here in Taylor. She saw a guy lurking out in the parking lot, so she waited for him to move on. He still came around, stuck a gun in her face, kicking off a terrifying ordeal no one should ever have to go through. That woman's daughter posting this shocking picture on Facebook, a photo that has gone viral and has been shared thousands of times in local Facebook groups. Her mother's neck bruised from where a 40-year-old attacker wrapped her own cell phone charger around her neck and choked her until she passed out. That woman came to here off of Huron Road in Taylor.
I just heard a yelping.
That's when Vince Concessi found her crying out for help at his business, Quanta Containers.
Could barely catch her breath and come to the words to tell me that she had been carjacked and strangled. And
the fact that a carjacker strangled his victim is beyond disturbing to Taylor police investigators.
It's definitely scary to me because that's a step up from what you normally see even on a violent crime like a carjacking.
Before choking his victim, that gunman abducted the woman in her own truck, drove her to several ATMs to withdraw cash. Police tell me he is seen on the ATM cameras. They got his picture out to police around the area. Detroit police found him in the victim's truck. Police say with a sex worker. Wednesday evening, he was arrested. That woman's daughter posting to Facebook, quote, "She was so very lucky. It could have been 1,000 times worse. I could have lost my mother today."
the woman was just trying to go to work, starting early, like she's been doing for the last 10 years down the street, and just one day, out of the blue, you never know what's going to happen, I suppose.
We are live tonight. Just got an update from Taylor Police and Detroit Police. They're working together on this case. This suspect being held right now will be charged tomorrow with these crimes. He'll be in court tomorrow. Of course, we'll have that covered for you. Detroit Police, they go a step further and say this guy, due to the nature of his crimes, will be looked at for every other similar crime in the area that remains unsolved. Kimberly, Devin, that includes the attack on women here on the east side. Back to you.
Yes, Sean, so you've been speaking with the victim's family tonight. What are they telling you?
They are telling me that this victim is still shaken up, quite afraid of what happened. That, of course, everyone understands. They're keeping things private right now for her protection. Yeah. That's where things stand right now.
I can understand that. Okay, Sean. Devin.
Updating the investigation into what Detroit police are calling a possible serial killer targeting sex workers. Police believe there are 3 victims. At 5 o'clock, you heard from the family of Nancy Harrison, the first to be found. That was back in March. Well, today we learned another of the victims is Travisine Ellis. Coco McAvoy's been speaking with someone who was close with her, and in fact, Coco's been speaking with community members who are now trying to get involved. Coco?
Yes, good evening. Several community members are getting involved, and as we speak, there's a group of community activists gathered here on 7 Mile and Shaner. They're in hazmat outfits because they're preparing to go inside of vacant buildings here, trying to find any information and see if they can help solve this crime. And as you're about to hear, there are several community organizations doing the same. 3 women found dead on Detroit's east side, and police believe a serial killer may be responsible. Travisine Ellis and Nancy Harrison were found inside of abandoned homes.
My sister did not deserve this, nor nobody else.
Those who loved Travisine Ellis are also grieving. Ellis opened her doors to Travisine a few months ago. She reported her missing in April before her body was found.
She was nice and she could be dedicated. She's been here for about 3 years with me because where she was living at, it was unlivable.
As the alarming news spreads, community organizations like Alternatives for Girls in Southwest Detroit are getting involved.
I am horrified at the thought that there's someone moving around doing this to women.
The organization has been around for more than 30 years.
We firmly believe in acknowledging the humanity in every person,
including the women they work with in the homeless and at-risk communities.
We have staff that go out 2-3 times a week, and we're looking around for girls and women who appear to be in difficulty.
And just last night, they spoke with women in the sex industry.
Many of them are afraid to come forward.
But they're encouraging the women to do so, to help catch the predator.
You know, we're doing everything we can to spread the word and help solve this.
And again, there's a group of community activists right now preparing to go out into vacant buildings dressed in hazmat outfits. They were also out last night in the area of Mack and Mount Elliott looking for any clues. And of course, if you know anything about this potential serial killer, you're asked to call the Detroit Police Department. Back to you.
Yeah. All right, Coco.
All right, we do have some breaking news that we want to get to you right now. Charges have been filed in the death of Detroit Police Sergeant Elaine Williams. Eddie Ray Johnson is charged with first-degree murder in Williams' death. Johnson is currently in the hospital. He was scheduled to be arraigned from his hospital bed today, but that's been delayed until tomorrow. Police were called to Williams' home in Garden City Sunday after reports of a shooting. That's where they found Williams shot dead and Johnson nearby, also with a gunshot wound. Prosecutors say Johnson and Williams were a couple.
Sky 4 takes us above the aftermath of a deadly road rage crash in St. Clair County. We look at the huge hole on the side of Mama Vic's restaurant on 24th Avenue in Fort Gratiot Township. Deputies say a car caused that. Now that's a boarded up mess after a driver lost control last night during what police say was a road rage incident. Today, investigators are trying to figure out exactly what led to that. As for Mama Vicky's, we are hearing the restaurant is going to reopen tomorrow.
Well, it is D-Day plus 75 years today, and the small group of remaining heroes have been getting their due.
One of those greatest generation soldiers is right here in Metro Detroit. Our Rod Maloney live in Farmington Hills, and he spoke with a man who landed on Omaha Beach at the height of what was going on 75 years ago today. Rod.
Devin, we can't even imagine. Now we're out here at the American House in Farmington Hills. They have a lot of World War II heroes. They have Rosie the Riveters living here. But today the hero was William Michaud. And he was on Omaha Beach in a truck that ended up getting trapped on the beach. And he saw it all in person.
I work in the J.C. Penney.
Army drafted William Michaud of Kosciusko, Mississippi in 1943. This picture of his Alabama training school sits above his bed. That's William in the back row there. He and his fellow members shipped out to England and joined what General George Patton called his famed Red Ball Express. Here's William in a GI photo showing off his Hollywood good looks. But sitting with his son Herbert, this truck driver gave us a different view of the war.
Back during that time, it was segregated.
African-American soldiers weren't often called upon to fight. He gets worked up over the indignities he and his friends suffered. Today, at a spry 95 years young, he also remembered one of his most important tasks.
The waterproofs went to the motor pool, waterproof trucks for about a week.
That work, the build-up to the longest day. As the American Allies stormed Normandy, Omaha Beach became a shooting gallery for German troops because advanced U.S. bombers missed their beachfront pillbox targets due to bad weather. Williams saw it all in front of him as he drove one of the first supply trucks from a landing craft onto Omaha Beach. As he delved into the deepest recesses of his memory, he showed us why he hasn't spoken about it very much.
It was all bloody. Just bloody, blood.
And who could blame him for not wanting to elaborate any more on that? You pretty much get the picture. Now, I asked him if he thought he was a hero, and he didn't hesitate. He said, yeah, he thought he was. And who can blame him, considering he was part of the whole group that, in fact, if you saw Band of Brothers, they went from Normandy all the way into France and then on to Germany, and they won the war. Well, he followed them and supplied them all the way. Devin, back to you.
Rod, I'm wondering, did he have anything to say about being part of history?
Yes, you know, it's funny, the things that he remembered, because there were a lot of things he wouldn't talk about or couldn't talk about, but he did say that if you remember the movie Patton, when Patton gets up and gives that inspirational speech at the beginning, well, that was actually one of about 8 or 9 speeches he gave, and he told me that he was there and saw Patton give that speech, at least in one of those instances, and he said it was truly inspirational.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Really been something to think about it here all through this week. All right, Rod. Well, we all know that ticks are trouble, but the truth is most are not doing enough to keep them at bay.
Ahead in Good Health, an expert weighs in with the most important steps you can take to protect yourself, your family, as well as your pets. Hi, Ben.
Kim, after a sluggish start, we finally got on track today. We're going to see that mix of sun and clouds become a lot more clearer tonight as temperatures fall into some pleasant conditions. What about the weekend, though? We'll answer those questions next.
2 high school seniors with very different but very challenging stories. I'm Evrod Cassidy. Coming up, how they hope to inspire others and how you can help.